Hey you guys, this is Tammy with Spot On Psychic Readings, and I'm here today to do a really special reading for you all that's been kind of downloaded to me over the last, 12 hours. Like it started this morning when I first got up. Some of it was during the night in a dream state, and I just felt really driven to do this reading. So Chippy wanted to come in. Chippy always likes to join readings, bring his dog joy and wisdom. So this reading is the angels actually have given me a title for it, and it is "They Think They Won, but Did They?" And so they were giving me a whole lot of information on this, and like I said, I took some notes, and I'm also going to pull some cards on this as I go along and let you know what I have picked up on. Okay, so I know this could be for a lot of you. This could be for like one person specifically. You know how readings go. It is a collective reading. It's for any sign, and we'll just see what happens. But what I'm getting is, like they think they won, but did they? Did they win? And this has to do with a third-party situation. So if you weren't involved in something like that, this is probably not your reading. Like I said, this is probably for somebody like super specific in this. Okay, and what I'm getting is they have all the same problems that with the new person. I mean, what I'm getting is your person may have decided to take off with somebody new, okay? And I feel like that for some of you, this went on for quite a long time, and you may have known about it, you may not have. So what I'm getting is recently, in particular, and probably because of Valentine's Day this month, I was starting to get this reading on Valentine's Day, and then it got really strong for some reason today when I decided to take all these notes and write it down. So your person, your previous person that you are no longer with, is thinking about you constantly. And I do mean constantly. It's like they can't get away from it. They can't stop focusing on it, obsessing about you and things like that. And I also get that your person's new person. And, I get for some of you, your person has remarried, has married the person they were having an affair with, or they're living with that person very, very heavily involved. And I feel like that two things are going on. The new person can't stop comparing themselves to you. And also your person can't stop comparing the new person to you. I feel like there's all this comparison and there's all this competition, that's going on. I feel like they wish you would just go away. They wish you would just get out of their life. It's almost like you're living in their house or something like that. Energetically, of course, I'm saying, and it's not because you're necessarily trying to. It's not because you're projecting yourselves there or trying to focus on this. I mean, some of you might be, it might be new. You might be doing that. But I got for the majority of you, or whoever this reading is about, they're the furthest thing from your mind. You have moved on, So what I'm getting is like they wish you'd go away, and they wish you were never born. That's how much they feel threatened, and in this comparison. And of course, that's never going to happen. You exist. You're not going away, and you will never go away. So I get the sense that no matter what they do or no matter what you do, you're going to always be right in the middle of that relationship energetically. So it's like I've got a labradorite stone in my hand while I'm channeling this for you. So like here's your person, here's your person's new person, and here you are right in the middle of that all the time. And it drives them crazy, especially the new person. It really drives them crazy because they wanted to win. They wanted to take over your life. They wanted to take everything you had. Whoever I'm reading for, whoever it is I'm picking up on, they had plans to live where you live and do everything you do and literally replace you. That was their plan. And I just get like, that didn't work. You may or may not have known about that at the time, but that's totally what I'm getting that was going on. some some of what's going on with your person at this time is I feel like your person is worried about age, is worried about getting older. So it made me think that for a lot of you, the new person that they went towards was a younger person. And I feel like some of this was a midlife crisis thing, especially if this was involving a man going towards a younger woman. I mean, it's classic, right? And I feel like for a lot of you, that's what happened. But now what's happening is the shiny new toy is not so shiny anymore, and they're still facing getting older. Sort of inevitable, right? So that's what I'm getting, and they're really worried about this younger person leaving them and their abandonment issues and all those sorts of things. And I feel like your person always has an escape plan in mind. And I don't, if you're still in contact, and most of you are not, I feel that very strongly, most of you are not still in contact with your previous person. But I feel like if you are hearing something from, mutual friends or something like that, I think you'll find out that they are doing strange things. like you'll find out they've got an escape plan. They might have a vehicle in two places, or they might always have one foot out the door, that kind of thing. So there's something weird. There's something just weird that I was picking up on about this. I feel like also part of why they've got their foot out the door is your person is already worried, because I feel like what happened to you in this situation is now happening to them. And what I'm trying to say is I feel like there's a lot of cheating going on in this new relationship. And some of that's because they can't stop comparing themselves to you. They keep looking for you. So I feel like your person is cheating on the new person, and I also feel like the new person's cheating on your person. And still, your energy is right in the middle of that, just like it always was, okay? Just like it always was. And I get the sense the new person's person has their eye on a new person. Does that make sense? I don't know if I said that right, but the new person with your person, maybe they got married or whatever, has already got their eye on a new person. I just get that so strongly, I feel like there's just been a lot of weird stuff taking place. I feel like once the honeymoon phase was over, it all just went down the drain, is what I'm getting. And I get that now you are greatly appreciated. I'm getting now that the honeymoon phase is worn over for new person and your person, your previous person, that they think about you all the time. And this is where this reading started, was they have greater appreciation for you now. I just get that so strongly. It's like I feel them wishing they could just sit down and have a conversation with you. They want to just sit down and have a cup of coffee with you the way they used to, have a conversation. I feel like they're longing for that friendship. I feel like for a lot of you, this was a best friends kind of soulmate situation, and it wasn't appreciated until now, and it's too late. It's too late. There's been too much damage at this point, and they're just now waking up to that. And this is another reason why you are right in the middle. Your energy's right there in the middle, and it always will be. So again, I'm saying, what did they win? They won a competition. But what did they really get? They didn't get anything real, So I'm also feeling like your person is your person went there out of ego and lust. I mean, that's what happened, and this midlife crisis thing for some. And I just get all the intimacy that was there before is gone. I feel like that's completely cooled off, and they're realizing there's just not much left. Now they realize what they had with you was really important. It was the real thing, and what they had there was short-lived and fake. And now what do? Now they're looking for it again. They're looking somewhere else, but they can't stop thinking about you and having dreams about you and things like that. So I'm getting that your person misses the things they used to have with you in terms of maybe a place you lived or pets that you had together, or even children. Some of you may have had children or family, that you're really close to together, and all of that went with you. I feel like so much of that, like they didn't realize what everything that they had with you, and so they're still thinking about that. They're trying to replace that, and of course the new person's definitely trying to replace whatever they had, what they think they had with you, but it's not working. And I feel like it's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So I feel like they miss children. There's some feeling of your person misses children, even if they're adult children now, or maybe they were at the time. I get the sense that there's really they didn't realize how important that was. At the time they may have thought that was difficult, or that was holding you back, or holding them back, or costing money, or something like that, and now they miss that. Now they wish they had that back too, because I feel like the new person that they're with, I feel like that person's family or children doesn't hold a candle to yours. It's so different, and there's not a soul connection. With you there was a soul connection, and you can't change that. You can't change the soul connections. You can't measure up to that. And I feel like your person's new person is always trying to measure up to that, always trying to turn themselves inside out, to be like that. I also get that their own family, your person's own family, is pretending about the new person. Like they're really like pretending they're so happy over this union, and they're trying to make the new person feel like, oh, we're not thinking about that old person at all. When really they are. Behind closed doors, I can feel them going, wow, why did they go to that person? Like the previous person, you, was so much better. I mean, that's what I get. Seriously, that's what I get. And I feel like they talk about it amongst themselves, but then, maybe through social media posts or things like that, they're going, oh, new person's so great. Yes, we love new person. And it's a fake. I feel so much fake energy coming in. It's such a weird thing. It's like they're putting up this really good front. And maybe there's even some sort of racial or cultural difference there in the new person. Because there's something there about overcompensating for how they feel about this new person. Like really trying to over-accept this new person because they really don't accept this person at all. So it's a really weird vibe. And they both feel it. I mean, I get that. They both feel it. You can't make this stuff up. So there's simple things like, I feel like your person, I mean, this might seem trivial, but I think it's going to be important to somebody here. I feel like your person and you even enjoyed the same foods or the same beverages or simple things like that. And I feel like the new person's like, oh, I hate that food, or oh, I hate that. Oh, I don't want that. And it's like they can't enjoy these simple pleasures anymore. They didn't realize how important that was with you, and how much the two of you always seem to like the same things. You like the same styles, same clothing, the same places to go, and the same kind of vacations, and the same kind of dog breeds even, for some of you. I just feel like for a lot of you, they just didn't realize how different this is, and I feel like now they're in this tug of war with this new person. And I feel like your person maybe even has struggles over who drives the car. I mean, all the way down to things like that. Like I feel like there's arguing over who drives and who has the power. Really it comes down to a power struggle. Who has the power in that relationship? And I feel like before you had shared power, you had a shared kind of equilibrium going, and they're now appreciating that about you. So there's that. I also feel, for whoever this is I'm picking up on, I feel there's a lot, and I do mean a lot, of manipulation in this relationship. And I feel that there are arguments and worries about money. And I feel like there were, how am I trying to put it? Like, I feel like each of them was trying to fool the other one in the beginning. Like, oh, I've got money. Look at me, I've got money. I feel like that's what was going on with each of them, and neither one of them really had money. So now they're both like without money. Okay. And I'm getting like they both faked each other out. That's really what I'm feeling there. And I feel like one person in particular is draining the other person dry with money. And it's making one of the two very tired and resentful feeling. And I just feel like there's manipulation about money. And like, I feel like one is riding the other's coattails in some way. Like, oh, okay, you make the money and I'll invest it. It's this weird kind of dichotomy that's going on. This pretending to make money but not really making money is going on in this relationship. It's very strange. It's so strange. And manipulation is sometimes hard to explain and hard to see because it's so covert, and I feel like that's some of what's going on. And I feel like for some of you, both of these people are narcissists. It's like narcissist met narcissist. That sounds like fun, right? That's some of what's going on there. And yet, with all this going on, the new person's still comparing themselves to you. I feel like you are the threat. Even now, you may not have seen this person or thought about them for years, and yet there you are. You're their biggest threat, is what I get. I feel like there's a lot of arguments and worries about money. And I feel like one or even both of them are pretending they're going to visit their family, and they're not. They're going to visit a lover. I feel like they're cheating on each other. I feel a really strong other person, third party, fourth party, fifth party. I don't know. Maybe this is a swinger situation. There's something going on here where there's a lot of people, that I'm picking up on. And I feel like that they're spending a lot of time with the new person. And I don't mean the new person. I mean the new person outside the new person. Like there's like multiple new people. And it's because they keep searching for somebody like you. They kind of know that. They know they can't come back. So they keep going, well, maybe I could find somebody more like you. It's a strange thing. And again, what did they win? What did they win? They were so out to win this, your person, or your person was so out to win the new person. And what did they really get? They got the shortcut to temporary happiness. They got just the same problems that they had before, except now they're worse. That's what I'm getting. Like, it all got amplified. It's like they didn't solve it before. So now the universe is like, okay, so we're going to let you see this again, but we're going to up it a little bit. We're going to make it a little bit worse. So maybe you'll see it this time. And that's what I'm getting. It's like a very karmic kind of thing. I get that they're pretending at home to have happy marriage. They're all like, oh, we're good. Happy face to the world, but there's so many secrets. If there's a marriage or a new commitment, I feel like there's so many secrets. And I'm just getting that there's definitely the older person. I feel like the older person is really pretending, like really worried they're going to be abandoned. I feel like they're afraid their health is failing, or they're feeling something about health, and they know that this younger person is not going to be, on board for that for the long term. I really get that they're concerned that they're going to lose out and be alone, and they probably will be. They probably will be. I feel like the younger person is going to lose out as well, and already has, and is already worried about this because of opportunities. There have been lost opportunities with the younger person while they were busy competing and trying to, steal this older person. And it can go either way. I'm not picking up specific, male or female here. It could even be same sex. I don't know. Take it as it resonates for you. Whoever it is I'm reading for, there's an age, I feel there's a strong age difference for some of you in your person and the new person. Like they went for a really younger person because they thought that was going to, give them the fountain of youth or make them look better. It was all about ego, and it was all about winning. And it was about money. It was largely about money. So this younger person's lost out on opportunities of somebody younger that they could have been with long term. But now they're coming to grips with the fact that this person is really getting older. Like a lot older. For some of you, a lot older. And I just get like, they're not going to stay in it long term for this person. They're already questioning, what have I done? I feel like they're waking up to what they won, if you know what I mean. They won, and they were out to win at all costs. And your person was definitely trying to impress this younger person. And I feel like they never really meant to get this involved either. I feel like maybe something happened where they were involved during when the pandemic hit. And they didn't really, at that point, they sort of couldn't meet new people. Everybody was, staying to themselves, and there was there was no way to meet somebody else. So they ended up getting more involved than they meant to, some of them. And that's where they might be today. If I'm reading for you, that's kind of where they are today. And I also get that kind of cemented things. It's sort of, there was no changing that because of all the isolation that went on during that time. And, first it got twisted by ego and lust, and then it really kind of screwed them over because of circumstances with the pandemic. So I feel like this has been going on for quite some time because, that was 4 years back at this time. And I feel like for you, this situation's been going on a while. You've healed from it. You've moved on. And yet they're still pulling you into this energetically because they're like feeling like you just never get out of the picture. You're always in between them. Like they go to bed at night and you're right there in the bed between them because they can't get you out of their heads because it started out that way. So that's another thing they've won. What did they win? It's so weird. So I also get like this younger person is really trying to outdo you. Okay, and I get that they, what they got was sort of this honeymoon phase, and it's faded faster than normal because it wasn't real. And I also get that deep down they're wondering what else is out there for them. I get a real unhappiness, and I get this is weird too, and I get this person who is competing with you was someone who likes married men. For some of you, it's not for everybody, but I do get that it's a pattern. It's almost like the serial dater kind of person, the serial competition person who's just out to bowl over people and steal what they want because they just never feel like they get enough attention. And I just get like they're like a black hole. They're like a black hole of energy. They can never get enough attention, very narcissistic, and this has been their pattern, I feel like, throughout their lives. Like they want to steal other people's partners. I really do get there's been a lot of competition going on, not just for you, but I feel like it's a pattern with whoever this person was. Especially if it's a younger person, I really get a strong competition vibe. And I feel like, they were trying to get that amount of attention, but it's never enough. I feel like it's never, ever enough. I'm also seeing, there's a couple of things here. I'm also seeing that as they get older, their looks are fading. Okay, and I'm talking about the younger person now, not to mention the older person. I mean, like, we know it's inevitable. We change. And I feel like this person, because they were immature and very narcissistic, they didn't really understand that they were going to change too. You would think, but I get they didn't. And I get looks are fading. And one of the things I felt really strongly is someone in this picture, someone I'm looking at, and I don't mean you, I mean your person has gained a lot of weight. And I get that your person is looking at this like, what happened? And it's because of the emotional burden, I feel like, because they're being drained by your person in some ways, or your person's drained by them. There's something there going on with feeling heavy and feeling drained. And I feel like the image that I was getting was this person has gained some of them a tremendous amount of weight, and it's causing your person, or if it is your person, it's causing the other person to feel not at all attracted. And I feel like even some of them are embarrassed by it. Like they went into this thinking they were going to get this flashy person. It was all about their ego. And then they get together, and a few years later, this person doesn't look anything like who they thought they were getting. That's what they won. It was an energy thing. And I feel like there's been a lot of like childhood trauma for one of these people, and feelings of abandonment, very draining, very explosive kind of personality. A lot of fights have erupted, and I'm getting on both sides there's fear of abandonment. Serious trust issues. I feel like this person has won themselves a lot of arguments and a lot of unhappiness, and still they can't get you out of their head. I feel like a lot of these arguments have been about you because you're in the picture, like it or not, energetically, they still think about you. They both do. Your person and your person's person still think about you. And it's like they're really angry. They thought too, I feel like this person has their eye on you, or checks into you, spies on you periodically, or maybe all the time. Maybe you're in contact. I don't know. But somehow they're seeing into you, and they're disappointed because they're mad because they thought you were going to be devastated when they won. They got your person, and they thought you were just going to fall apart. They thought you might lose your house, lose your job. They thought you would look terrible. They thought you were the one that would gain weight. And for many of you, it's been totally the opposite. You're now radiating happiness because you don't have this drain of all this drama on you. A lot of it you didn't even know was happening, that was draining you before. It could have been going on for years, and you didn't know why it was dragging you down. And now you look at yourself in the mirror and you look amazing because your energy. It's an energy thing. That's the thing that people don't understand. They never thought you would turn out to be the happy one. They never thought that. And I can see them literally looking at like your social media, some of you, or your websites, or driving by your house, or even like looking up your house online, pictures of it, and going, they thought they were going to have all that. And they may even have something supposedly better. Maybe they have a nicer house. Maybe they have a bigger property. Maybe they have more money. And yet, what I pick up is they're still worried about comparing themselves to you and what you had with your person. It's really crazy. I feel like the weight gain thing is a really big deal in that relationship. The one I'm picking up on, I feel like the weight gain is a really, really big deal. And, for some of you, you may have lost weight after getting rid of your person. And again, weight's a very subjective thing. I'm not judging it one way or the other, but I'm feeling from your person that they don't like it. They went into this for an ego boost. They wanted people to see them with this supermodel kind of person, and now that's not there. That doesn't exist, and now they're seeing how amazing you look. So there's some comparisons. There's a lot of comparisons that are going on, you guys. I feel like your person's even embarrassed by them. Like your person doesn't want to go out with them. Your person doesn't want to go out to eat with them, especially. The eating thing has become a control factor, a power struggle for somebody there. Somebody's trying to control somebody's eating. It's really weird. Really, really weird. Very karmic. And I would say one of the things I won was karma. Congratulations, right? That's one of the things that's going on. And I feel like there's tremendous disappointment at this time for this person. Your person, and also for your person's new person. There's tremendous letdown and disappointment and emptiness. I get a lot of emptiness there. And I feel like your person in particular wishes they could go back in time and make some different decisions. There are times when they're really hard on themselves, like, what was I thinking? You know, they'd really like to go back. And I feel like whoever this person is, I feel like they're having a lot of dreams about you. And specifically, they're having dreams about you being in their house, like you're living there. You know how dreams can be really weird? I feel like they're having that. I mean, I was able to like tune into this, and I feel like they're literally having dreams about the three of you. Like all three of you are in this thing together. And they wake up feeling really frustrated with that. Like, why do I keep dreaming that? Why do I keep dreaming that? Things are played out in a weird way. I feel like they can feel your presence. So almost like they wake up from the dream and they feel your presence in the room. And it's not because you projected yourself there. I mean, some of you might have, but I think for most of you, it's them. It's coming from them. It's an energy thing, you know? There will always be the three of you in their mind because that's how it started out. That's the energy they put on it was, you know, especially whoever it was competing for this. I feel like they started out that way. That's what the relationship was based on, was a competition. And that involved three people, two people competing for something, for one person or a lifestyle or something like that. Therefore, it's gonna keep going that way. You know, I always say when things start out bad, they tend to keep going bad. I mean, it's law of attraction 101, you know. And what else? There was one other thing I took a note on, that your energy will always be there. Yeah, because it was set up in a competition. Oh, here's one other thing I picked up on. I knew that I took one other note. This is the weirdest thing. I feel like there's this gender thing going on where your person, if your person's straight, for instance, and they went for a really attractive woman, I feel like now they're seeing that woman as masculine. And it may be because they placed her into a masculine position. You know, maybe they want this person to do masculine sorts of things. But they're literally, when they look at this person, here's what I heard, is that they're seeing a man face. Like they're looking at their person like they're a man face, or vice versa. Okay? Or vice versa. It's almost like they're really turned off because whichever gender they thought they were getting, now they're not, if that makes sense. It's not like the gender itself has changed. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an energy thing. And it's like in the face of your person's person. They look at them and they're like, it's a man face. Or if it was supposed to be, if it's a man, they're seeing a woman's face. And it's a real turnoff to them. And it's because they've been placed in this strange, narcissistic kind of position of trying to twist themselves into what your person wanted or how your person reacts. Or it's really strange. It's like they're placing them in the position of being a masculine, in a masculine position when they're actually a feminine. I hope I'm explaining that. This is really weird and hard to explain, but hopefully you know what I mean. But the thing I'm seeing is, I see if your person's a man and he looks over at the woman that he chose, he's seeing a man's face when he looks at her. And I'm not talking about anything but energy here. Okay? Really interesting. So with that said, let me just pull one or two cards and let's just see what else, anything else here. What did they win? That's what we want to know. What did they win? This reading, when I started taking notes, I couldn't stop. I mean, it's been coming to me all morning, and I started just taking the notes, and wow. I mean, there was so much here. Yeah, so there was some kind of higher commitment there. That's what they wanted. They wanted a higher commitment. Maybe they got a ring. I feel like some of them advertised this ring on social media. You may have seen it, or your friends may have told you about it, or something like that. It was some big deal about a ring. and a higher commitment, and something about completion. It's almost like that ring was completion, and that was part of what they compared to you. And you may have had a really beautiful ring from your partner, and they wanted that, or they wanted something better in their mind. Better. There was definitely something there about a ring. It's a big deal. I feel it, like there was a big jealous comparison there. And looks like there's been a separation with your person and their person. Sadness, bitterness, missing you. Yeah, thinking about you, and they have an uncertain future. Yeah, these cards are really confirming what I picked up on. Like I said, whoever it is I'm picking up on, and this reading may be for one person, or it may be for many of you. I feel like it's for many of you with details for specific people, but I had to put this out. Love call. Expressing love. Whoops. Here it is. Expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, and informing you. So there's a cell phone on this card, as you can see. I feel like some of you are going to be hearing from your person. Now, a lot of you won't want to. You may not answer it. You may already have it blocked, whatever. But that doesn't mean they won't try to reach out. Because I do get that they are realizing what they missed out on with you. And it could have been years now. It could have been quite a long time since all of this happened, and I don't know why it's coming up now. We're not in Mercury retrograde yet. I think it's coming up now because of Valentine's, and I feel like something here just really happened recently with this, because I got this download over, like I said, over the last few days, something like that. Cupid's arrow. Yeah, that's what's happening. Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, and struck by love. And I do feel like that's for some of you. So when your previous person, if they contact, I feel like you're going to be like, no way. Too little, too late kind of thing. Camera. Here's the camera card. Somebody, your person, is reminiscing over you. Memories from the past, new perceptions, they've learned from the past. Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia about this card, and that's exactly spot on what I felt was happening with this download that I got. That's exactly it. A lot of nostalgia happening. For some of you, this could, you could have gone through an anniversary date, previous anniversary date with your person, or the engagement that I got earlier, something like that. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and see what else they say. There's something that stirred this up. A lot of you, Valentine's Day. But it could be different for different ones of you as well. Yeah, there's a lot here about money. Here's Page of Pentacles and pride. Look at that peacock. There's a lot here about your person went because of money and pride. It's like all about looking good. And I feel like your person was all about being the peacock. Yeah, there was a... here's the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is all about intuition. And I feel like your person's intuition is waking up. And also there were secrets. There were a lot of secrets that were happening in the situation of them being like the peacock and strutting around. And they wanted to be the King of Pentacles. They wanted to either be seen as the King of Pentacles, or they were. And that's what the third party was out to win that, steal that away from you kind of thing for some of you. Or your person went for money so they could become that. There was something there about King of Pentacles and definitely third party. Here's the Three of Cups. So, that was all exciting at the time for them, but look where they are now. Is what I'm getting, because now there's judgment. Yeah. I was just getting ready to say karma. Here it is, the card of karma. There's been some sort of major life change that's gone on, both between you and your person, and your person and the new person. There's been a tremendous amount of karma, and I feel like past life influences that drew them into this. I'm feeling like there's been another major life change as well. The separation that I saw in these other cards, which has made them miss you and things like that. Let's see what else. Yeah, Knight of Wands. I get the sense there's a few things with that card. I get the sense they're moving, or one or the other of them is moving. And I also get the sense that whoever was competing with you, they wanted your property. You know, this can be the card of moving and relocation for me. And I feel like they wanted your property. There was really something there about wanting to move you out, move themselves in. Literally take over your life is what I get. I feel like for most of you that did not happen. And they still want to move you out because your energy's still right there. Your energy hasn't gone anywhere out of that relationship because in large part they've kept it there themselves, okay? And here's the World. So there's loose ends. There's things coming full circle here in this. Let's see why did they want you all to know all this? I feel like for some reason you all have had questions or this has come up for you or dreams. Whoa, here's the Devil card. So yeah, things are coming full circle. And I feel like almost like their demons are catching up with them. You know, because sometimes, and that's not to say everybody has demons, but a lot of times people are drawn into lustful situations by dark energy. That's not to say it's always dark, but in some situations it is used as a lure to get people off their path, you know? And I just get like everything here is now coming full circle with whoever this is I'm looking into. It's like they're realizing things, like they're starting to maybe learn some earth lessons, or they're starting to recognize what happened, and maybe they're trying to go to the next level spiritually, and this is holding them back in some way, and they're recognizing that, and they can't get you out of their heads. Either one of them. Either one of them. Yeah, Two of Wands. So there were two opportunities there, and I feel like they were looking for new opportunities as well. Somebody in this picture was an opportunist. And somebody was a reversed Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I was picking that up earlier. This was largely about money, and somebody is draining the other person for money. So there's a King and Queen of Pentacles showing up here. This Queen did kind of want to come up reversed for some of you. Not for you, but I mean for your person and your person's person, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. They were drawn together out of money, and I feel like they both tried to fake each other out. Like, oh, I've got money, peacock, right? Oh, I've got money, but not really, because I'm really upside down. And I feel like, you know, Queen of Pentacles is about somebody who sometimes lacks resources, or is worried about money, or doesn't really have money, or they spend too much money. There's a problem. There are problems, there are issues, you know, surrounding finances and stability and things like that. And I feel like they were trying to grab onto money, but I also feel like your person was maybe in some cases pretending they had money and they didn't really. So the Queen of Pentacles grabbed onto what they thought was money, and surprise, no money. That's what I get, you know? And that's another thing they won. Same thing they had before, no money. Yeah, they kept trying and trying, and I get like that's Nine of Wands, and I feel like they kept on pursuing, and I feel like at times your person really tried to pull away from that, and there was such a pursuit. There was like they just would not leave it alone because there was so much manipulation, and finally they won. Yeah, they were after this. They were after this knight, this king. Sorry. What is this ace? The Ace of Pentacles. They were after Ace of Pentacles, which was new finance, you know, big money. They were after some sort of a windfall of money. And they got their wish. They may have gotten money. Some of them may have gotten money. Like I said, they won. But what did they win? For real, what did they win? And here's their final outcome is the Eight of Cups. This is saying goodbye. This is walking away from something you've stayed in for too long. This is like seeing the light. This is like, I need to get out of a situation. I'm leaving it behind. I'm walking away. And this is having to do with your people. Some of the things I'm seeing here, I do get some Capricorn and Earth energy from the King of Pentacles, some Earth energy, all these Pentacles cards. There's a lot of money involved, somebody really into money. And the Devil can represent Capricorn energy. I mean, it's not going to be true for everybody, but let me just see if there's anything else before I go. I hope you all found this helpful and interesting. It's crazy reading. Anything else? They thought they were soulmates, and you were soulmates. You know, that's the thing. They knew your person. Okay, in this particular situation, they knew your person. When they met them, they were with you. So your person had a lot of your energy, your good energy in their aura. And they saw soulmates. So what I'm getting was you and your person could have very much been soulmates, and the other person who wanted what you had wanted the soulmate connection, but they couldn't have it because you and your person were soulmates. See what I'm saying? This is so hard to explain, but that's what they felt. So they were seeing your person as their soulmate because they were feeling soulmate energy, but it didn't belong to them. If that's what I'm getting. There was a soul contract and a life partnership with you and your person. Some of you, not all of you, but I feel like for some of you that got cut short. The contract was broken, and now it's turned into karma for the other people, if that makes sense. Here's the golden mirror. The golden mirror, the narcissist card. Some of you were involved with a narcissist. There can be a lot of different kinds of narcissists too. You know, there can be covert narcissists. You know, not always so obvious. But I feel like your person met a narcissist and there was love bombing, and there was a lot of self-absorbed, one-sided energy with this narcissist card. And I feel like there was a fake soulmate kind of thing, almost like they were set up by that devil energy that I pulled earlier, to think it was the real thing, and it wasn't. It was a lure. It was a lure to get them off their path, you know, by a darkness, by a dark energy. It happens all the time. You know, these relationships are set up like, oh, here's your twin flame. It's not a twin flame at all. Might feel like it at the time, you know, and I don't know exactly why it happens that way. I'll have to look into that. Maybe that's for another reading. But definitely, whoa, look at this. Here's the last card I was going to pull. Karmic relationship. Resentments, triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Yeah. Karmic relationship. And that's exactly what it was. It was not a soulmate relationship at all. A lot of times these fake sort of relationships are nothing but karmics. And I feel like that's what happened was your person got involved in a karmic relationship, and they may just now be waking up to it. And I feel like they're waking up to it in part because they can't stop thinking about you. And the more they think about you, the more they miss you. And the more they miss you, the more they think they're involved in something like, what did they get involved in? Like, who won here? Did anybody win? You know, and I feel like who won was you, because you're still on your spiritual path. Most of you, if you're here watching this, most of you are on your spiritual path, you know, and you're better off. You're better off without all of that, because your person had some healing to do and was drawn into a karmic relationship. And if they walked away from you, their soul partner, then they had a lot to learn. They had a lot to learn about appreciation and true love and things like that. So, what did they win? It's a lot to think about, huh? Thought-provoking. So, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope whoever's watching this, whoever this is for, I hope it was helpful to you. So I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks so much for coming in. Bye now.